And right now at 5, getting the vaccine into hard-to-reach communities. Governor Gavin Newsom's visit to Southern California as vaccine doses stall. Hello, and thank you so much for joining us here at 5. I'm Kathy Barr.
And I'm Jonathan Gonzalez. Today, the governor toured 2 mobile vaccine sites in Inglewood and Boyle Heights to highlight the state's efforts to pick up the pace. Also today, the U.S. has now surpassed 500,000 COVID-19 deaths since the start of the pandemic. Orange County reporting 252 new cases and 49 additional deaths. LA County reporting 93 more deaths as well as more than 1,400 new cases.
Mayor Eric Garcetti now says delayed vaccines have been shipped to LA and all 6 city-run vaccination sites will resume operations on Tuesday. Six Flags Magic Mountain says it plans to open back up this spring. No exact date yet on reopening, though. It still needs approval from the state. NBC4's Kim Tobin live in Ramona Gardens now with more on the governor's tour of vaccination sites today. Kim.
Hey there, Kathy and Jonathan. Good evening to you. Like you said, the governor visited 2 of those mobile vaccination clinics. One was a church in Inglewood. The other was a recreation site right here in Ramona Gardens. About 500 doses of the vaccine went out today. The governor and other elected officials saying that they really need to target the areas that have been hard hit by COVID and people who likely don't have access to the mass vaccination sites. Tents popping up and shots going out. The fight against COVID-19 gets federal and state help with mobile vaccination units heading to hard-hit areas.
This is the first of what you'll see many similar sites operating over the course of the next number of weeks. Upwards of 250 vaccinations a day at a pop-up site like this.
Governor Gavin Newsom started his day in Inglewood at Faithful Central Bible Church, where leaders say equity needs to be top of mind.
And I want to stress, it's vitally important that we not only stand up these facilities in communities of color, but more importantly, we got to make sure the people who live in these communities get the vaccination.
These doses of the vaccine are part of FEMA's federal supply and don't take away from the state. In LA County, the mass sites are still focusing on second doses only. Governor Newsom says supply is still the biggest challenge.
There's just not enough manufactured Moderna vaccine, not enough manufactured Pfizer vaccine. The good news is by the end of this month, as early as the 26th, emergency use authorization, we likely will see granted for J&J the single dose, which will provide us more flexibility.
Here in Ramona Gardens, the mobile clinic was set up at a recreation center with many housing communities nearby where they're hoping to reach seniors and essential workers in the healthcare field.
The Latino community who are at the forefront of being essential workers, frontline workers, and have not had the opportunity to quarantine at home because they need to continue to work.
Even though the numbers were small, 500 total vaccinated today, leaders say it's not necessarily about filling appointments, but reaching people who are most at risk.
It's not just the large numbers, it's the targeted numbers that matter.
And the governor tells us that 7.3 million doses of the vaccine have gone out. And he also stressed the importance of vaccinating teachers. He said that they're going to be setting aside about 10% of their supply. And by next month, they're hoping to have 300,000 doses for the educators. We're live here in Ramona Gardens. Kim Tobin, NBC4 News.
Thank you, Kim.